help us out, of course, patreon.com/we're not sorry. Sign up, $5 a month, and you get so many hours of entertainment. Too many hours, I say. We do not have a MySpace, but thank you for asking. If you're watching live, even if you continue to watch on YouTube, we don't know how long we're going to be on YouTube. So head over to dlive.tv/Revenge of the Sis. I know it's got some bugs, but it's better than not watching us, right? So welcome, guys. We do have a guest. We do have a guest second hour here, Mike. Do you mind setting up our guest while I get our guest?
Yes, our guest, of course, is one of the fine gentlemen, one of the hosts over there at Infowars, Harrison Smith, our buddy. Guy that we've been friends with for a couple months now. Hey, there he is.
There he is.
Hey, what's up, man?
Up, fellas?
I was just introducing you. He's the guy that he was doing the War Room the other day, and he big leagued us.
Oh, yeah, he big leagued us.
Look, I got more important things going on.
And let me tell you, the best part, he calls us last minute, and he's like, hey, can you do it? I'm like, yeah, man, we'll make it happen. And then we're sitting there. We're actually on hold waiting. And then we get hey, guy. We got one of these. We got one of these. Hey, guys, Alex decided that they wanted to keep the footage on Owen. So, how about tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. Tomorrow comes along, and I get a message. Hey, Alex was supposed to come into work today, and he did. So I'm not doing the show. So, my bad.
I get too excited. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I like having you guys on, so I immediately am like,
right.
Yes, today, right now, they're coming on. And then it's like, we're covering breaking news right now, Harrison. This is like major.
This
we
isn't
have
happening.
Multiple, groups of cameramen and reporters in different cities that we're all trying to cover. Like, this is going to have to
You
wait.
should have told us. We'll go cover some breaking news. We'll go somewhere and, I'll put a suit on and a microphone and be like, hey, we're over here at the chicken factory or whatever.
You need to be in the border towns of Mexico, the most dangerous parts. That's where we need you guys.
Well,
on the ground.
I would be fine there because my last name's Lopez. Mike might be a little sketchy, but he knows how to sell drugs, so I think we'll be fine.
I like how you're the one making racist assumptions that just because you're Hispanic, you'd be okay in a border town. A cartel border town where they would still go, hey, anybody recognize that guy? Has that guy ever been around here before?
Yeah,
no?
but then I'll just speak
All right, kill him.
Spanish.
That's all they do. They literally go, who's that guy and who's the other guy? I've never seen him around. Just kill him just in case.
By the way, but I'll forgive all that stuff because you're wearing a Houston Oilers hat, and I fucking love it. That's throwback.
Yeah,
that is a throwback hat. I love that. But
Hell yeah, dude.
So
Houston,
I guess
born and raised.
our fans just want to know why you're big timing us.
Yeah, they kind of want to know why you have such beef with us now.
You beefing?
It's just this guy Gabe Hoffman basically puts the screws to us, and once a big name like that, once a big real political mover comes in and makes those decisions, I'm powerless against him.
I get
what can I say?
You're right. I get it. You got big time. It's okay. I understand with people like juggernauts of the industry.
No, everything. The thing is, at Infowars, everything is so like front page, this is what's going on right now. Like, I didn't even know I was hosting War Room until like 30 minutes before, and it's like, Harrison, you need to host War Room. Owen's in San Antonio, like, all this stuff is going on. So I just get on, and I think like the show had already started by the time the producers like, do you have any guests? And I'm like, Revenge of the Sis, get them on right now. It's all like just like super
movers and shakers.
Movers and shakers. Everything's constantly evolving. So I just I keep trying to get y'all on, and then just some big news story breaks or something happens and we haven't been able to do it, or just Crowder shows up in the middle of downtown and that becomes a big thing. Like, it's just all, spur of the moment kind of stuff. But we'll get you on. Don't worry. We'll get you on.
Can I say I'm glad I brought the Crowder thing up. Crowder did not look too happy. I
don't think he was.
But because he looked.
He did not. I'm an expert at reading people. And I was just like, oh, yeah, he doesn't like being upstage.
No, it was.
We broke that whole video down yesterday and just like the body language and how we felt like Crowder was pissed. But like Alex is just well-meaning. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, my buddy's down there. I'm going to go say hi. And then, of course, it's like, why are you here? This is my thing.
That's the power of Alex Jones.
Well, to be fair,
he shows up for 5 minutes on a stream and suddenly he's trending on Twitter. I mean,
that was funny. Did you see that?
Yep.
Did you notice that?
Yep. As soon as he showed up,
Crowder went down there and streamed, and then Alex Jones was trending because he popped up on an Alex and he popped up on a Crowder thing for like 30 seconds, and he was trending on Twitter. It's why they hate him so much because even when he yells some shit that's kind of nuts. Like nobody's ever been like this Luna's hateful Nazi. Like they've never really.
No.
Like everyone just goes, this guy is awesome. You just stand up on a park bench and
always
start
having
yelling.
a great time doing whatever it is that he's doing, and it's even crazier. Like the craziest thing to me is when we went to DC for the first time and interrupted I think it was Facebook at that time. It was either Facebook or Twitter, and we busted into the Senate chambers, and that was before they knew to expect this, so they ended up accidentally letting Alex have like a 45-minute long monologue in front of every media camera. Like we totally took them by surprise at that point, but it's just this bizarre feeling of doing something in the morning and then at lunch you're sitting there and what you did that morning is on all of the TVs on Fox and CNN and everything. It's like it's so crazy. And I personally have nothing to do with this. I'm basically a tripod with legs in these situations because I'm just there to capture what Alex is doing. But it's still, I'm always like tangentially, a part of these like crazy happenings that I like kind of don't have anything to do with, but I'm still like right there in the middle. It's this totally surreal experience. It's totally crazy, man.
Yeah, no, it really is nuts. And going back to the Crowder thing, I think it's like Crowder. That's Alex's town. Like you can't show up at Alex's town and not. You should contact Alex before you show up at his town because
like
he
a
will
mafia
show
boss.
up exactly
Out of respect.
Out of respect, be like, hey, Alex.
I just don't think they mesh because it clearly, like, if I was gonna cast him, like a remake of The Odd Couple or like some kind of like thing like that, like it would be. Let's be honest, like Crowder's like the really neat, like I have to be in control of every damn thing. And Alex is a guy that'll just like share a slice of pizza with a homeless guy and then jump up on a park bench and give a sermon and get a bunch of people toppling cars over. And Crowder's like, I can't handle this. This is
them
I
two
can't
as like
handle this
roommates or something. It would be chaos.
It would
be
give
amazing.
Crowder anxiety and he would lose his mind because Alex is just like,
Yeah,
we're having a party. I brought a bunch of people over. We just got everybody coming in. We're all gonna hang out tonight. And you're like, I really have to get up tomorrow.
And I'm sure Crowder has had plenty of male roommates, so it'll be fine.
He'd be used to it.
It'd be fine. Oh fuck! Somebody says Gusto Montgomery rides again. You are forever now. People don't understand. That's how you own a name like that.
I'm just lucky that name is not as intrinsically hilarious as Teddy Spaghetti.
No. Teddy Spaghetti is. Oof.
There's something about Teddy Spaghetti that's like kind of humiliating and hilarious at the same time.
Yes.
Gusto Montgomery is just goofy. I love it. I think there could be an old president named Gusto Montgomery. I mean, that's a name with some honor behind it.
I don't know. I disagree. I think they're both great. I just think that you didn't give Gusto Montgomery any power, and Teddy Spaghetti gave Teddy Spaghetti just far too much power. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, just go, right, Teddy Spaghetti. I get it. It's funny. Eat some meatballs on stream and have a laugh, and then call it a day. That's what I would have done.
And that's kind of thing. Like when you were doing the Merch Noir, I swear to God, I was cracking up. Like I'm doing the dishes and just like laughing my ass off. And my wife is like, what is so funny? And I'm trying to explain to her, I'm like, all right, there's this guy named Vox Day, and he's this, but they call him Teddy Spaghetti because he made this game. I'm like trying to explain all the lore. And eventually I'm just like, basically just imagine like, I just got an envelope full of cash and all it said is Teddy Spaghetti. And then she's cracking up. Like there's something intrinsically funny about that. But at the same time, I was laughing like just as much when you were mocking me with Gusto Montgomery. It's like you just take your ego out of it and just appreciate the silliness for what it is, man. It has no power. It's just funny, whether it's you or someone else. Like if you don't give it that power, who cares?
I've been in the barrel too, and when I'm in the barrel, I've laughed hysterically when it's me.
I think we've all been in the barrel.
Like I've played old tapes of myself from the radio days and been like, I was really terrible, and it's funny. It's funny to even look at your own shit and go, man, I am a cringe machine sometimes.
It's okay. It's true, and it's funny with the Teddy Spaghetti thing. I was even explaining it to my wife. I was telling her the other day, and she's like, so what's this Vox? Like, I don't really get a chance to watch. What's this Vox Day? And I'm like, okay, well, you have to understand. I did the whole thing you did, Harrison. It's funny you said that. I'm explaining to her. I'm like, see, Vox Day is this dude who blah, 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 blah. And then I said Teddy Spaghetti. Okay, this is how I explained it. I go, Mike and I were talking about the show because Teddy said he was going to call the cops on us. When the cops show up and the cop goes, hey, so it says here, you called him Teddy's spaghetti.
Yeah, isn't that hilarious? And then you got to sit there with the sheriffs and go, so check it out. He made a game called Hot Dish. And it's basically just a game where you make spaghetti. And, you know, his name's Theodore. We just thought Teddy's spaghetti's pretty good.
A hot dish, yeah.
Oh.
It's so silly. But that's the other thing. I like Vox Day. Spoiler alert, I'm
Right.
kind of a nerd. And I know y'all hate him. And I have to...
We don't
if
even
I-
really hate him.
It's not hate him.
We're just bullying him because it's hilarious.
Yeah, because
just
he's
goofing on him. Yeah, so in the same way, I can laugh along with y'all.
Right.
But I still like the guy. I'm a nerd. I have my collection of swords. If you'd like to see them, they're magnificent.
You have a collection of swords.
She has the one up. Of course, he does.
This is the cyberpunk katana.
It's the cyberpunk.
It's the
katana.
cyberpunk katana, eh?
Mm-hmm.
How?
He's got more than one sword.
This was Oda Nobunaga's favorite sword,
There you go.
called the Great Cutter.
Yeah.
No, I'm a legit nerd, so I could keep going.
But here's the
I
thing:
wanna
I don't hate. Like I reserve my actual legitimate hatred for people who deplatform people who are tattletales, people who
The Copeland guy we played.
yeah, people who are predatory. There's certain people on the internet go, why are you obsessed in them? Because I'm like, I'm obsessed with how ridiculous they are. Like, I can't get over it. And if I can milk it for 2 hours doing a dumb Humphrey Bogart voice, then you leave me, like, and then people go, I can't believe you fucking, what a loser, what a shitty life. I'm like, I made money last night just mocking Vox Day and doing Humphrey Bogart voices. I'm like, how can you crap on that life?
It was truly magnificent. Have any animations come out yet? Like, I'm gonna do my own if somebody doesn't come out.
People are
first.
Blues Dolls
Animated.
working.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's being worked on. The animation, Blues Doll's on fire with that stuff. We really do have the best community of people, man. It really is nuts how we're not the biggest show, but our following is the best. Like, they are funny, they are quick, and they are loyal. Like, when this is like the MS-13. Like, once you're in here, that's it. You're in the gang. Like, you can't. We'll kill you if you want to leave.
Tattoo lined up. It's gonna be right across the face. Binge of the Sith.
Exactly. That's all you need. You'll
And
never
yet,
be able to
we're
have a
also
job
like,
again.
We're also like MSF 13 in that we will probably also be illegal in this country in a few years.
Yes. Well, we kind of are. We're illegal on YouTube.
Yeah, we're alt-right neo-Nazi terrorists, Royce.
I gotta.
Are MS-13 kicked off YouTube? You might be more illegal at this point.
You
than
know what? You might be
MS-13.
right. I bet you there's some MS-13 people that are monetized showing how to do tattoos in prison homes.
Sure.
But it's funny because, you know, when this whole Vox adpocalypse thing happened and all that stuff happened, I know that there was a moment there. Alex had to have been laughing, going, "I fucking told you so. No one listened to me. No one listened."
Oh, yeah.
And it's true because, you know, when Alex Jones got popped, I actually was talking to somebody and they were telling me, they were like, you know, I don't know, I think Alex should have been kicked off because of the Sandy Hook stuff and blah 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 blah. And I go, look, I'm not even going to argue the point of the Sandy Hook thing because whatever, you could disagree with me, but the point isn't whether you like Alex Jones or whether you like what he said. The point is, it's not going to stop with him. This is going to keep going, and they're going to see how much they get away with. And when somebody, whether you like him or not, as milquetoast as Crowder, is getting demonetized, what does that mean for the fucking rest of us? You know?
Yeah, well, and the scary thing about Alex Jones was the fact that it was all of them. I mean, it really was, and we knew it at the time. Like we talked about it at the time. It's like the reason they did this and the way that they did it was so orchestrated, and it was like they eliminated him as a person. Not his show, not certain topics he talked about. It was him as a person. It was across the board. It was supported by the media. I mean, it was so perfectly rolled out to be the test case to you know, basically show what they could do to people and just force that down on people. So yeah, and they did that because he'd been saying for 20 years this is what they're doing. It's like it's just the perpetual problem of Infowars, or that Infowars has, of just like, we keep being right, and you just keep not listening to us. Like, why will you not just listen to us? Because we keep getting proven right, and you keep being shocked You're just shocked that it's exactly what we're saying.
Well, I
It's
think
crazy.
he was. To be fair, I do think Alex was like the second big rollout because the original one was Andrew Anglin, and yeah,
Oh,
it was,
that's a good point.
They railroaded him first because he was the most universally despised. Like I think he was the easiest one to go. Oh yeah, I don't care if Daily Stormer gets kicked off the internet, and that was the first time to test the waters of like, how much for it are they? And then they knew. And then they did Alex next, and they knew, all right, this one's going to be a little more painful. You're gonna get a little more resistance to this one because he's not as unlikable. But I think they've been rolling it back slowly over time, and they've just been and I've always had a problem with like domain registrars stepping in and going, we're not gonna give you a website. And you're like, no, that's not your job. Your job is to. We have federal agencies and apparatuses that exist to monitor things, and if anything they're doing is against the law, then that shit is fine. We'll figure that shit out. If Infowars is breaking the law, we'll find out and we'll lock up whoever did it. But this is now, no, we just don't like you saying you're turning the freaking frogs gay, so you're not allowed to have our video services. And you're like, okay, but have you ever watched Infowars and been outright, like, outraged, like furious at something they've done? Have they ever? I've seen CNN and MSNBC legitimately endanger specific private citizens and dox people and like put people's lives in danger.
The
and
Atlantic
stage like fake hurricane rescues and shit, right? But like that's all fine. I've never been offended at Infowars, but they're not allowed to exist.
Was it HuffPo? Which one was it that actually doxed the guy that made the Nancy Pelosi speaking slow video? Like they doxed this.
Maybe.
Yeah, BuzzFeed. They doxed this dude for making a funny video of her speaking slow, and they gave out where he works and his name, and he lost his job, and it's like they want you to live in some sort of perpetual state of fear. I mean, I'm sure you saw the new hate speech guidelines now on YouTube. Literally every minute of this show goes against that. Like everything we do. And we're not hateful. We've never called for violence. We've never done anything. We tell stupid jokes. And I think that's the other problem too. Context is gone. Context doesn't matter.
No, it's an all-out attack on free speech. And this is the thing that, again, it's like, this is why I've always liked Alex Jones and why people, or like why I don't understand why people don't like him. Because it's like, imagine you're on a beach and you see a guy who's like running around like, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, and you're just like, whoa, that guy's kind of crazy. He's kind of I don't like the vibe he's putting out. But then like over the horizon, you see like fighter jets approaching. You see like bomber squadrons coming, and suddenly like raining all around you or bombs going off, and you're like, oh shit. That guy was right. I shouldn't be mad at him for being so outrageous and crazy. He was right. We were under attack. We were about to die. And so that's how I feel now, where it's like, this isn't a game. This isn't an accident. This isn't all like, oops, we accidentally got rid of these historical channels. Our bad. Oopsie doopsie. Like Tim Pool put out something that was like, when are we going to start thinking that this is on purpose? It's like, dude, we're under attack. This is full-out war, informational war that they are waging against the minds of America. Like, this is it. And you need to be treating it like a war. And so that's why, like, as much as y'all kind of goof on other people and, like, whatever, at the end of the day, I hate the infighting. And not what y'all do. What y'all do is goofy, and you're not trying to, like, destroy anyone, I don't think. You're just laughing at people destroying themselves. It's a different thing. But even, like, the thing that came out with, like, Kaylin Robertson and Lauren Southern, like, I read through that. I don't really get what the big hubbub is about that. They did like really great work and like, whatever. I'm just like, yo, we're in a war right now. Like, don't quit turning on your enemies because they might not do something just right. Or that girl, Ashley St. Clair, that like, was talking about the immigrants and stuff. Like, people are just like throwing her under the bus, and then it becomes fun to pile on. And so then it like spirals out of control. It's like, we could actually learn to take a little note from the leftists, where if one of their guys goes off the reservation a little bit, they punish him, they get him back in line, and then it's sort of forgiven. And then it's like, all right, you're a good soldier and we need to fight because we're in a war.
Well, that's why, I'll say this, like, we go after Owen, we make fun of Crowder. But every single time Owen has been demonetized or been deplatformed, or every single time no matter how much it pains us, how much corny we think Crowder is, every time he gets demonetized or they try to fuck with him, we always say, no matter how much we dislike them, they shouldn't be demonetized.
Of course.
They should be able to say what they want. And I think it's just a matter of standing on principles. And look, I could make fun of Owen for saying, guys, we didn't go to the moon. But also go, Owen shouldn't have to be receiving money in envelopes. We want Owen to be monetized. We want Crowder to be monetized.
I was trying to stand up for fucking Anglin 2-3 years ago, and then immediately everybody went, oh, so you're a Nazi. So you're a Daily Stormer supporter. And I'm like, whoa, no. But you're going to do this, and then it's going to be another guy, and it's going to be another guy. It's going to be this other guy that pissed you off last week. I'm like, at the end, nobody's going to have anything, and the only people making money will be Google. I'm like, just leave it alone. Again, if somebody goes out and says, X people are terrible, we need to do something about it, wink, wink, then I'm like, okay, buddy, you probably need to take a time out from social media. But we're talking about deferring opinions. And the other thing I just wanted to bring up, it's people always leave out the economic factor. Let's be honest. There was a little peak time there where Infowars was given the competition old deep ticking financially. And you just look at the old YouTube rankings when things were monetized, and you look at like sales of things, you look at the ratings now, and just the click rates of like BuzzFeed articles, their Alexa rank, they're not doing great. And Infowars
they're all collapsing. It's hilarious.
And you guys, Infowars was dunking on those fools for a couple of years, making clean money of just, no, we run ads because people really like this content, and he can fill a stadium with the amount of live viewers you can get. So it was making money, and then they were like, no. And now you see these little, I don't know if you see these grants they're doing. Harrison, the YouTube has the grants for like legacy media companies. So they're basically granting them money and giving them like algorithmic boosts and things. And you're like, so you're helping the guys that suck at this and can't make money because they're just propaganda machines. But the guys that just were putting out their product within your terms of service, you got to literally have to remove them to make the other guys competitors. That's insane.
And we're still doing well. We're still hiring new people. Vice, Vox, they're all collapsing. They're all getting hundreds of millions of dollars and then just losing it all, right? Like Disney, didn't they give like 450 million or 250 million?
250 million, and they lost all of it. It's worth nothing.
And they're just like, oh, it's a wash, total wash. And so in swoops like George Soros and his guys, like, here's another 250 million. Like, have fun writing about dildos and ketamine. Like, it's so that's what they're paying hundreds of millions of dollars for. And
dildos and ketamine.
Vice.
Like literally. And that's it. And like that's why they have to foist the false reality on top of the real reality. And it's the cliche thing that's like any unmoderated space, any space that doesn't control speech inevitably like turns right wing on the internet. And whether that's because the other places don't let them or whatever, it's like that people are hungry for this. And so what we're dealing with now is just not reality. It's kind of like, the music charts, at least, and I'm sure these have been controlled forever also. But the idea is that the more popular the song, the more people that like the song, the higher it gets on the chart. And that's why they have a trending tab. Like it's not a trending tab. It's not what people are actually going and watching anymore. It's literally just what the corporations want to push forward. It's all completely artificial, and they want to convince you that it's real because they're undermining your very reality, and then they can do with you whatever they want. But to think that it's when people think it's about money, that's just not true. Money is an aspect to it, and money is part of that's one of their tools in their toolbox that they use to control people. But when people are like, oh, they're just scared of losing advertisers, so they're doing what the advertisers want. It's like, no. They're all the same people. The banks own all the same companies. They're one big company that owns all of them. So when you say like this advertiser is rebelling against YouTube, or in like Vox and YouTube are in a battle, but then you see that Vox is the #1 partner of YouTube in their new media thing, it's all just a puppet show. They're all controlled by the same people that are just playing against each other. And if you think it's actually about money, you're totally missing the forest for the trees.
Well, it's not. But we say it all the time on the show. Like YouTube loses money for Alphabet. Like YouTube, I think they lost $200 million in market cap just to keep YouTube running. YouTube does not generate revenue at all. It's a good data. It's great. It's great for data. If you're And that's what it is. That's what's happening. I think money and all that stuff is whatever. You're Google,
You
you're
can't
never going to
ignore
go
the
broke.
economic factor, though, only because they're taking our money.
Oh, exactly. Oh, no, no.
Funneling it over to them.
It's
So
a
there is
tool.
still
It's
an
a tool they
yeah,
use, yeah.
we need the fucking money. So Fox
Agreed.
and CBS doesn't need money. I
They
need
don't-
money.
they have
You need
all-
money.
they-
Harrison
they have
could
all
use
the
a
money.
couple bucks. He just got married. Congratulations, by the way. You know, this fucking guy could use a couple envelopes right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah, are you
true.
guys demonetized? Am I not getting paid for being on here?
You
right
are not.
Now? 'Cause,
You are not getting paid for being on here. I'm very sorry. We are demonetized. Yeah, sorry. He's never coming on again.
Yeah, sorry.
He's never. Yeah, but you know, it's true. And you know, the other thing that's happening is there'll never be another Infowars that'll happen because they're crushing it. They're crushing these channels before they can become something. They'll never let it incubate. Like when the Vox Ad Day Apocalypse, yeah, sure, the fucking Crowder thing got all the coverage, but there was a lot of channels that got either deleted or demonetized in one fell swoop, and it was people like us with 15,000 subs, people that are trying to grow something. I heard Black Pigeon Speak actually got their channel
Get
back
theirs back. Yeah, there was enough of an
uproar.
stink.
But that's the problem. If you're not big enough to have enough people bitch at them, you're fucked.
And even if you are, it doesn't matter if it's the wrong people. Like, it's just
Right.
a weird. I don't know, man. Like, look, Infowars has proven that if anything, it doesn't matter how many people you have that go, "Hey, this is kind of bullshit." You know what I mean? If they really go, "Hey, you're on the list, you're out of here." It's been pretty. I've gotten videos taken down that were just clips from Infowars that I wasn't even like mirroring. I was just uploading it to use as like, okay, I'm going to upload this so I can play it on the show later and talk about it. And they'll just see that damn logo on the bottom and go, not on our website. And you're like, no, you're right. You're right. God forbid. God, you know, there's 9-year-olds doing pole dances for, you know, gay adults, making it rain. Fine. Okay, cool. But I can't play a clip of a guy yelling about gay frogs. No, I get it. I can understand why that would be traumatizing for some people.
And they start crushing, like, you know, it's not even these, you know, we've gone from that to The Guardian did a hit piece on Dusty Bogan.
Did they really?
This is not a lie. The Dusty Bogan, this is from The Guardian.
love
So,
that guy.
so you guys know.
Good for you, by the way, Dusty. Good for you.
Yeah.
Finally getting some press. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Seriously. Well
He
done.
told me
Oh, boy.
today, he called in my show Hammered, and he was like, you know, I'm mad because initially they linked my YouTube channel, but then I actually on Telegram posted a screenshot and I go, thanks for the free publicity. The next morning they removed the link from the article. So here's what it says. So you know Catter's the cowboy hat Australian guy? The dude that everybody hates, that everybody on the left hates in Australia. We played videos of him. He's basically an Australian, just old school Crocodile Dundee looking guy. So anyway, this article, let me just read a little thing from here. Clatter pledged with slight improvisation on the pledge of all the Proud Boys. A Catter video of the pledge was online. Alongside Catter, as he makes the pledge in Queensland Proud Boys, Ben Shan, who runs several social media channels under the name The Dusty Bogan. Shand has appeared under the moniker of his own name on Australian far-right podcast like The Unshackled. On his Dusty Bogan YouTube channel, Shand is interviewed a number of Australian far-right figures, including Blair Cordell. Cordell has been a longtime organizer of the Australian far-right, who is extensively praised and accused of the Christchurch killer, Brenton Tart. So now they're trying to connect Dusty Bogan to the Christchurch shooter. Just put that there. Dusty Bogan's channel also features a video from the Brisbane rally in support of white South African farmers last September, the fucking horror, which also attended by Senator Fraser Anning and the Liberal, blah, 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 blah. And they go into how Dusty Bogan is anti-immigrant and he's racist, and it goes on and on and on. Dusty Bogan, if you've ever watched...
He's literally the purest thing we've ever come across on the
Yeah.
internet. He's literally the sweetest human being.
Yeah, he never even talked about the Christchurch shooting. He's like, I'm not bringing that one up. Like, he just ignored it. It really is amazing. And when I say they're going after everybody, they can. And the smaller you are, the more susceptible you are. Remember, on this very show, on Infowars 2, you guys talked about it. A year ago, we talked about when YouTube hired 2,000 people just to monitor their content. And some of those people were from the SPLC, from the ACLU, and all these basically completely biased organizations. They were all hired to monitor it, and people thought nothing was going to happen. This is the chickens coming home to roost here. This is, now they showed you, we built the infrastructure, we have the power, and you will not be allowed to be on our platform if we don't like you.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. And with the last round, it's like it's the same type of thing where it's like, man, I never wanted to make this a racial thing, but like, I'm not gonna not notice that like anybody that doesn't like, condemn white people is on the chopping block. Like it's just so obvious that if you defend white people, if you're white, it's like it's an attack on white people, and it's like, well, god damn it. I never wanted this to be a race thing, but like if you're gonna make it that, if you're gonna be that obvious about it, like let's just look around and be honest about what's happening here. And it's like I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're thinking. I think they're too cocky. I think they really, honestly, I went on this whole thing on the War Room the other day about like thinking that they had the pit bull of America like domesticated and cowed and like put down. But like if you've ever had a pit bull and you tell them what to do, they look at you with this thing that's like, I don't have to do what you want.
I will, now. But I'm not. Exactly.
Like I could kill you.
And
I'm going to do what you say because I like this relationship, how it's going. We're going to try to keep this going here, but I could kill you. And like they think that they've gotten us down and like beaten us and berated us so badly that they can just do whatever they want to us, and we're just going to sit there and take it. And it's like, don't wake up the half pit bull, half wolf that is the American people just waiting to like rebel against the leash around their necks. It's like just treat us nicely, and we'll be nice to you. It's that simple.
And Harrison, of course, we are. When you say they, we're of course referring to the Chinese techno-fascists.
Chinese techno-fascists.
Absolutely,
yes,
absolutely. Those dirty sons of bitches.
God, hate them.
The thing is, I literally just mean the people doing this. I don't care what race, color, or creed you are. If you're part of the evil power structure, you're who I'm talking about.
I just had to be goofy. I had to do it. Just
no, I know.
He's new boot goofing. He's new boot goofing. He's new boot goofing.
No,
and
but
you're
that
allowed.
is one of those things that like people like assume who you're talking about. Oh, he's being anti-Semitic when he says that. And it's like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people doing the evil shit. Whoever that is. Clintons, they're like number 1 on the list. Well, they're like number 40 on the list.
Yeah,
but
it's not
number
even
1 on the public list.
Exactly. Not. We're not talking about the Bilderberg list, the one that we don't see. Those little meetings, we don't get those. By the way, I got to say,
what?
It's a Bilderberg.
Ah, okay.
Like Build-A-Bear.
That's a very unusual Chinese name. But anyway, continue. Continue. I'm sorry.
Omega Wolf says, not going to lie, friend of the show, Harrison H. Smith, has the line of the week with Vice's dildos and ketamine.
Yes, seriously.
That was very funny.
It's what it is, though. It's like this black trans pregnant ketamine dealer lives gender fluid here in Park Slope. And you're like, what?
Wait, what?
I don't care.
Only 11. That's the crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's never, you know what you'll never see as a Vice headline? There's still a slave trade in Libya.
Wait, no, that's
here's how we should stop it.
No, I need to take
it'll be like, if they do report on that, it'll be like, is white supremacy to blame for the slave trade?
Yes, that's a good point. And also, the only thing that I like, the only thing on Vice that they're really good at is taking bong riffs and eating club sandwiches. It is this that is a dumpster fire. That they got canceled. HBO canceled the Vice show. Gone.
They're all failing.
I ate mushrooms. I ate mushrooms and became a Libyan slave because it was the only way I could get an abortion.
Wait, what?
What? All right, click.
Yeah, I'm going to see what and we. You know what the problem is?
Son of a bitch.
We're all to blame. We are all to blame
Still
in a way.
falling for that clickbait
because we still click it because we're like, all right, what the fuck are you talking about? And when you click it, it's you're part of the problem. We all part of the problem. But it's like they know what they're doing. They're so good at being subversive. They're so good at going, I don't understand why me eating avocados is a symbol of white supremacy. It doesn't make any sense. I just like avocados.
No, it's so bizarre. But it is like unbelievably strange the way that morality has shifted in the public space. And I'm doing so. I think I'm speaking at June 6th. I've talked to people speaking of June 6th in Washington, D.C. after the July 4th big blowout there. And the topic of my speech I want to do, and this is exclusive to you, so nobody steal my idea before I get to make this speech. This is exclusive for the Revenge of the Sis audience because I trust you guys.
I'm stealing it.
But goddamn. But the whole thing is like, you remember George Carlin's 7 words?
Yes.
His 7 words bit. I want to do the new 7 words because they've changed. Now, like, what was it, like I don't even know if I can say.
Yeah,
them
you
on
could
here.
curse. You're allowed.
So right, I'm allowed, right?
Yeah.
Cocksucker, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they are, those 7. It's like those are just like the names of rap songs now. They're just like on billboards.
Oh,
like
yeah.
nobody cares. It's just like #1 trending. A child just like putting money in the G-string of some man in a dress with a beard. It's like it's so bizarre. And then on the other side are like the new ones, like the F word and the N word and all these other and the R word. The to mean, you know, the word that means to slow down, to retard something. It's like there's this new set of words, and the rules are all different, and it's not the old words. The old words are fine now, but the new words are all different, and the punishment is much stricter, and you can say them if you're a certain type of person, but not if you're another certain type of person. You can say, and it depends on the context.
And you know what the
of how
worst
you say
part
them.
is if in real life we ever have a retarded faggot nigger on the show, I can't call him that. You know, I'm not going to be allowed. I'm not going to be allowed.
See, I see what he did there.
See what happens when you're not when you're not monetized anymore? They can't take anything from you.
You know, we were actually being more careful when you were paying us, YouTube.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what you're.
man, yeah, I would go all out if I was
You
y'all.
have to. Why not? What
This
are you
was
gonna do?
very foolhardy on your part.
Yeah, it was. No, but I hear what you're saying. And you're gonna be. Are you gonna be in DC for that July? We were.
Oh, yeah.
We were thinking about that. We were thinking about heading up there.
You were thinking
I mean,
about it.
if it
You're
was
the
up
one that told me to look.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was
I
up
did
to
it to, you know, but it's, god damn it. The people
be
that are
fun.
going to be there. Like, yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
But, like, the people that are going to be there, that
Hang
moron
out with
Ashton.
Roger Stone's fun.
And then Baked.
Oh,
I got to
yeah.
fucking hang out with Baked, Alaska, and Ashton Birdie, and Roger Stone with a fucking
These are
ankle
your
bracelet
allies. We're in the same war together. It's
the same war, dude.
We
I
must
got-
unite to
I got-
defeat the enemy.
I got to have the fucking FBI detachment meant to watch Roger Stone watching me smoking weed. I don't need this in my life.
You know, you gotta come together and fight. If it was up to me, we'd all go on July 4th and then not leave until all the problems were fixed. I think we need like a yellow vest movement.
No, here's what I'm
with guns
thinking.
in America. That's
We
what I
put
want.
bike locks on our neck, like the like the duck farm thing.
Right,
And that-
we'll attach them to the tire treads of the tanks, and that
Yeah.
will not let them go anywhere.
Yeah, they will go. No, you know what we'll do? We'll lock ourselves up to the front of the White House and immediately get arrested by the Secret Service. Immediately. they have bolt cutters on lock. Like, snap, come on, come with me, let's go. Then you get to see that room that nobody ever gets to see underneath the White House where you're being detained. But yeah, you know, I agree with you. I mean, I hear what you're saying about sticking together and this, but it's like, tell these people to stop being such goofy ass motherfuckers then. Like, you know, the other side of that is that when people do stupid things, and we do call out people on the right for doing stupid things, people do stupid things and nobody correct them, it makes us look stupid, you know?
Oh, yeah.
When
No,
pe-
it's a hypocritical shit. I
Yeah.
mean, Owen Benjamin's kind of the best example. The whole
Right.
like, I hope his mother dies. Logo.
Yeah, I don't. You can say what you want about me. I get that I'm not a very nice man, but I would I have interrupted beefs and feuds with people in the midst of them losing a mother or like a loved one. There have been times where somebody's relative dies, and I'm like, all right, look, I'm gonna tell my fans to chill the fuck out. Like, I'm really sorry I heard what happened. Whatever,
of
man.
course.
Merry Christmas, whatever. But this guy's just, I'm glad his fucking mother died. I'm like, she only had some blame for how I turned out. Let's be fair here.
Right.
Just like I'll never forgive and I'll never forgive. Just like Jesus. What are you talking about?
That's hilarious.
No, screw those people. And like the guy you were making fun of on the plane earlier, he's not on our team. Like he's the big symptom. He's the big example of like taking advantage of the goodwill of the American people.
No.
Christian
To be
people.
fair, I think you didn't watch the entire segment. I think Harrison missed the part where Mr. Copeland made it very clear that Tyler Perry made the plane so cheap he just had to buy it. Harrison,
plane was
You
so
didn't hear-
cheap.
He practically gave it to him. Harrison, were you not listening?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That would have been irresponsible for me.
Yeah, dude, come on, man. You're a journalist.
sorry.
You have to report correctly here.
$150,000 off the asking price.
But you're right, though. But that's why I get so mad at people like that, because whenever the left needs ammunition against the right, they always go, a right-wing pastor, Copeland. It's like, oh, fuck. I'm not with this guy. This guy's a fucking asshole. And that's my point. It's like, I know it seems like, oh, we're allies. But okay, fine. But then we're allies, and we have to stop acting like goofy things. You know, if we're allies, you know, Ashton and Baked have to stop fighting on IRL streams and having the cops called on them. Like, that stuff needs to stop then because we look like assholes.
Yeah, you're either involved in politics or you're cutting yourself on a Hampton Brandon stream. You got to kind of pick one, and then that's your thing.
Right, exactly.
But that's like the other things. Like, I'm friends with Ashton, so like I won't. And so she'll be like, "What's?" And I'm like, "Well, you look like an idiot right now, and you need to stop doing this. And like, here's, you know, if you want my advice, here's what you should do. Go for it." And then she doesn't take my advice, and then
I'm friends with Ashton too. So's Mike. We still talk.
Have I actually, in theory, ever not been nice to her? But nice according to sort of how I am as a person, which is not. Yeah. You know, I'm not. If I were a doctor, Harrison, I wouldn't be one of the guys that's like, well, you know, do whatever you want, be happy with as long as you're happy in life. Right now, I'd be like, no, you're fat and you're smoking too much, and if you want to keep doing that, your kids are gonna have no dad. Like, how does that feel? And yeah, that hurts. I'm not a nice guy, but have I ever been what you would be considered not nice to Ashton? Like, you've seen some of the private correspondence I've had.
No, in private we're nice to her.
I've been like, look, you're fucking up here. You're being a douche. And then if you don't listen to me, eventually it gets to a point where I'm like, I can mock you for this. It becomes, you know what I mean? It becomes less of just something you're struggling with, I'm trying to help you out with, and more of you're just a goddamn spectacle. I can't now. You know, I did my part. I tried to be nice.
Ashton did just message me I just talked to her 2 days ago. She's the one that asked if we're going up July 4th. So I still talk to her too.
I think she's speaking on the 6th as well, actually.
Yeah, that's what made me go, do we want to go to this? These people.
But there's other people. We can hang out, have a good time.
Again, I like Harrison, but there's these people. Are they going to have the Unity Bridge with the fucking motorcycles?
If the Unity Bridge is going to be there, I am going to be really upset.
Who's going to be there? Bass Stickman and fucking Joey Gibson? Who's left?
Most people, they're going to want to beat us up anyway. That's what's going to happen. Trumpster Bob's going to make me show him my butthole. It's going to be a whole thing.
I'll make a deal with everybody. I'll go if somebody can get LA Werewolf to come out of retirement and come.
Oh, wow. Can we do that? You think we
can?
LA
I'll
Werewolf?
come. Somebody's got to make it worth my while.
Somebody's
got to promise me it's going to be spicy.
Well, it's going to be spicy if we go, but mostly because Joey Gibson's going to want to fist fight us again at a bar.
But if we can't get LA Werewolf, at least Carl.
Oh, Carl, we could probably get. Carl lives in New York. He's not far. Yeah, we get him on there. When do you?
Maybe we just need to arrange a couple of fair bare knuckle fist fights. Just like let's all work it out.
No, I don't want to fight. I want to make things interesting.
No, we don't want. We don't want to fight. I think we should instead, because physical violence is going to make the right look bad. So what we need to do is we need to do like a Yo Mama contest, like they used to do on In Living Color.
Yeah, none of the people I recommended bringing were really going to be brought for any kind of fisticuffs. I was just saying, like, I'm not going to go unless we bring people that are going to make it chaotic.
I'm advocating.
He's advocating for violence.
Well, if you want violence, that's fine.
I want the pay-per-view views.
I want whimsy.
Hold on, wait.
I want whimsy. I like whimsical.
Let's get a soundbite. Let's get a soundbite. So Harrison H. Smith, are you saying you're advocating for violence on July 4th?
No.
Oh yeah, he's smart. He's a smart man. Don't worry. I'm gonna cut it up anyway to make it seem like you said yes. I'll pull a yes from earlier in the stream. Yes, I, Harrison H. Smith, advocate for violence.
You heard it here first, folks. Infowars host Harrison Smith.
Don't make me regret coming on.
Advocating for violence in the street on the 4th of July in our nation's capital. I don't know. I personally disavow.
How about we just
entertainment? I'm just sick of all the pussyfooting around and all the half-assed measures. I'm like, this is a goddamn war that we're fighting, and I want to get real about it and like get serious about it and like. Because or else we're all just going to slowly trickle away, and suddenly no one's going to be able to find anyone. It's going to be like, well, that was fun when it sure seemed like we were doing well for a little while. Yeah. I'm just in warrior mode.
All right, well, listen, hear me out on this, Harrison. You just got married. You got your whole life ahead of you. Do me a favor. You get yourself a fucking intern. You strap a GoPro to them. Send them to that fucking shit. Let them ruin their holiday week. You have a nice barbecue. I'm serious. You have a nice barbecue. Make friends with whatever neighbor has the pool. And just do that instead. Hear me out. I'm serious.
I'm good, man.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do on the 4th of July, Harrison? Except fucking announce where everybody's gonna be, so everybody can get in dumb fist fights. Just go home.
I'm going to be giving a hilarious speech and listening to some less hilarious and by contrast mediocre speeches. And I'm going to be with a martini in my hand and a maybe a black tie. I don't know, maybe a top hat if I'm feeling like it. And I'm gonna have a little soiree, talk to the bigwigs, schmooze a little bit, have a good time, and plot the revolution.
Yeah, well, here's the deal.
We'll
We'll do a drinking game. We'll do a drinking game. Every time one of the speakers says the liberals are the real racists, you have to take a shot. Every time they go, you know what, Antifa, they're the real Nazis,
and
you got to take a shot.
Harrison, just a word of advice: make sure you keep an eye on all the exits and everything. Know what's coming and going. And if you see any little Chinese-looking guys with green National Lawyers Guild hats,
run.
You avoid them.
Run the
at
other
all
way.
Costs.
Run the other way. Now, what it says? You tweeted here. I'll be July. Why did you tweet? July 4th, I will be in Washington D.C. Make sure to bring your tiki torches, boys. What did you mean by that? What did Harrison mean by that?
We're gonna have a luau, my friend.
Oh, okay. That's good. Gonna have some point. We're gonna have some point.
An all-inclusive luau.
All inclusive. Well,
That's a lie.
And
I
you
never
sent me.
tweeted that out.
You actually DM'd me some really weird pictures the other day. You got to stop writing on your guns with whiteout pen. It's very weird.
It's very. It's a weird.
It's the only thing
It's
that
just-
shows up.
It's very jarred. It's the only thing.
It's the only thing.
Use a silver Sharpie next time. The white is very jarring. It's just
Oh
not.
fuck! Oh man,
Like this.
this was really fun, man. Hey, you have,
the only thing
you have a
that
show
can-
now on fucking Infowars at nighttime,
I do.
don't you?
I do. I've taken the week off because I didn't get a real honeymoon, but I at least wanted to spend some time during the day
Of course.
with my new lovely wife. So the show is from 7 to 8, although I usually go a little bit longer. It's called Off Limits. Infowars.com. You can find it on the homepage. Pops up there at 7 p.m. It's the only place you can find it, although I'm working on that. I'm going to try to start streaming to some other things. But, yeah, it's a live streaming show, commercial-free, just me in front of a switcher board playing videos and stuff. Off Limits, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Infowars.com.
Central Standard. That's awesome, man. And what's your Twitter so everyone could follow you?
Harrison H. Smith.
That's really good. You got your name. I couldn't get my name. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. And when Gabe lets us, we'd love to be on.
Yeah. Once he gives the green light.
As soon as he lets me know,
You'll let us know?
I take orders directly from him. So.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, man. Thanks so much
I
for
love
being
it,
on,
dude.
brother.
Thanks, y'all, man. You're all
Later.
great.
See ya. Bye-bye.
See ya.
It's Harrison H. Smith. God, every time we have
Oh,
him
he's
on,
the best.
He's
I love
fucking
he's a
white.
dick.
When you
It's,
said the whiteout thing, and he goes, "That's the only thing that shows up."
I don't. He doesn't give a fuck. which
Yeah,
makes me-
I do. Mike, by the way, 1 minute. It's only 1 minute long, but we have to play it. They did what you wanted. They did what you wanted.
Did we get it?
It's called, and they even named it perfectly. Breaking Bad, episode 63. All our ducks in a row is the name of the Breaking Bad episode.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh yes. Let's see. I haven't seen it yet. Let's play it.
He added the car.
Oh, here it is. This is so. It's the fucking car.
This is the best opening ever of the
Yeah.
show. That's hilarious. That's very funny.
Oh fuck.
What number is this lock? What number is this lock? That's not an 8. It's 8.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That
I
was
appreciate that. This is so dumb.
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
Oh, this is perfect.
I'll give you the link. This is from CJ, by the way. He only has 5 subscribers, so we make sure that CJ gets some subscribers. I'll post the link here. Holy fuck. God damn, that's great. Oh man. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It's come towards the end of the show. We're here. We made it. Thank you so much for being on, Harrison. Harrison was fucking fantastic. Mike, will there be a Nightwave tonight?
More than likely.
More than likely
Yeah,
a Nightwave.
I'm going to be there, of course.
There'll be a Nightwave. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And before you leave, do us a favor. Head on over to DLive and follow us there in case we get deleted here. We really would appreciate it. Let me read some Streamlabs here because I got a little behind because of the interview. Let's check it out here. We got $2. Enjoy your weekends. Please never quit. I wrote that. It says here, $2 from CJ, the Breaking Bad Duck Addict. We just saw it. Thank you so much, man. $5, Alf the Nemesis. Can you encourage Harrison to invite Ryan Dawson on Infowars to air grievances with Alex Jones and hopefully bury the hatchet? Well,